3 simple habits that you can employ today to get you closer to your goals and help you rein in errant spending. That is the subject of today's video. Let's do it. Hello, everybody. My name is Max. I'm an accredited financial counselor operating out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Today, we're looking at 3 incredibly simple and 100% free ways to improve your financial well-being. No fancy tools, no complicated apps, just the power of your mind. Now, the first technique is something I talk about ad nauseum with my clients, and that is check your bank account every damn day. This is especially important if you're one of the daredevils who uses your credit card for day-to-day spending.
We love travel points.
I want you to start picking up your phone and opening up whatever app might be connected to your credit card and taking a look at your balance on the regular, including, maybe especially, take a look at what your pending items are. Ah, yes, the sneaky pending items on the credit card statement. Now, I get it, really, I do. Looking at our bank account can feel like we are being confronted with some ugly secret about ourselves. It can be depressing. It can be rage-inducing. But at the end of the day, we can't manage what we don't measure. And to measure it, we need to observe it regularly. If you're looking at your bank account regularly, you are much less likely to be a victim of theft or fraud. Also, you are way less likely to be blindsided by your bank increasing some random fee. You are also less likely to miss out on a promotion that you could benefit from, like an increase in an interest rate that you have to opt into or something like that. But the biggest reason why we want to check our bank account on the reg is we want to raise our awareness of how money enters and exits our life. Check this out. Which of these two do you think is more insightful? You start the week with $400 in your checking account, and on Sunday, you have nada. Lesson learned? You spent $400 this week. Or you start the week with $400 in your checking account. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you spend $30. On Thursday, you spent $200. On Friday and Saturday, you spent $50, and on Sunday, you kept it light and tight with $10. Lesson learned? You're doing something weird on Thursdays, bro. So check your balance daily. You might be surprised at what you learn about yourself. And the best part is this is an action that takes literally seconds and will pay huge dividends throughout the rest of your life. Now, I want to take a moment before we go on to talk about the other 2 techniques in today's video, just to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We have new content coming out every week, and I promise you, I try to make it as valuable as possible. If you're enjoying this video, hit the like button. That tells YouTube that this is something that other people should see. If you're a subscriber, if you've liked, if you commented, man, I just want to say thank you so much for the support. It really helps and encourages me to keep going. You the best. Okay, our second entry is just as simple, and it's all about marrying our identity with our financial goals. Now, this one requires a bit of forethought. First, we need to identify a financial goal to focus on, and let's make sure it's a SMART goal. Specific, measurable, attainable, something that begins with R, and timely. What is the R? Smart. Okay, I'm seeing one website saying the R is relevant, and the other one is saying it's realistic. Let's make sure it's a SMAT goal. Let's say we're trying to pay down $2,000 of credit card debt over the next 4 months. Now, we're gonna take that goal and we're gonna formulate it as a very specific question that we're gonna ask ourselves all the time, like multiple times a day, like every time we're making a financial decision, frequent. And the question is this: what would someone who is paying down $2,000 of credit card debt over the next 4 months do? A little wordy, but you'll get used to it. This simple question
slows us down
and connects us to an ideal version of ourselves. The version that is diligent, that is disciplined, that is committed to achieving their goals. For some people, it connects them to an ideal other person, someone we're striving to be like, someone who we look up to. The question also helps keep our goal in the forefront of our minds. The goal then becomes a lens that we view our financial decisions through, and will help us make better decisions that align with what we're trying to accomplish. Our final entry is all about fighting back against ingrained financial behavior. I'm talking about spending that we do automatically without any real thought process. Now, fancy apps like Mint and YNAB will try to tell you that you need their product so that you can find out what your spending habits are, but I think that's bullshit. In fact, I bet you could come up with something right now that you habitually overspend on. One of my not so hot spending habits is buying drinks at restaurants. I'm talking about $8 pints here. When the bill comes to the table, I consistently wish I had ordered one less drink. And we all have things like this. Some of us know we spend too much money on taxis. Some of us know we spend too much money on ordering food in. Some of us spend too much money on the digital currency inside of our WWE cell phone game because we are obsessed with trying to get Kofi Kingston. Why? It shouldn't be this hard. I should have got him by now. The point is, we all have spending that we want to disrupt. Now, before we go into how we're going to disrupt it, it's important to know how habits are formed and how they are reinforced over time. Now, this has been articulated a little bit differently by a whole bunch of very smart people, but one of the simplest versions of this was popularized by Charles Duhigg in his book, The Power of Habit. Now, The Anatomy of a Habit is a video all on its own. But real briefly, let's use my issue of ordering too many drinks at restaurants as an example. So the cue, the waitress asking if you'd like another drink. The routine, you saying yes, I would love another drink. The reward, you enjoying your beverage, which in turn reinforces the response to the cue and makes it more likely for you to respond in the same way the next time. Do this enough times and your brain gets super efficient at this. So efficient that when you're asked about the drink, you've answered before you've even thought about it. So there are a bunch of different ways to disrupt what we might refer to as bad habits, and this is just one of them. Now, this requires a little bit of self-awareness. We need to know the spending habit that we're trying to disrupt. This is usually the response, and we also need to know the cue that leads to that response. In the restaurant example, it's the waitress asking if you'd like another drink. If I'm going out and I know I don't want to spend a lot of money that night, I will literally act out the interaction in my head like a mini play. I'll think of myself at the table, I'll be talking to my friend, I won't see the server coming, and then suddenly they'll be there. They'll ask if I'd like one more drink, and I'll say, thanks, but no thanks. And I guess I'll smile like this and I'll do this thumb thing. Now, I don't rehearse this endlessly or even out loud, although if I did, it would probably help. All we're really doing is priming ourselves to react in the way we want and not in the way we have inadvertently programmed ourselves to do. And the beauty of this is that the more you do it, the more likely that ideal response will become the actual response to the trigger. Cue, the server asking if you'd like another drink. The response becomes you saying thanks, but no thanks. And the reward becomes the feeling of pride in not having spent the additional $8. Now, none of these techniques are silver bullets. Behavior change is a climb, it's a hike. And these things are not jetpacks that are going to shoot you to the top of the mountain. These are walking sticks that will make it a little bit easier to climb the hill. I'm losing my metaphor, but you get what I'm trying to say. And we do it all with the power of the mind. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate the subscribers, the comments, the likes, all that kind of stuff. Please give this video a like. It's a really easy way to tell YouTube that other people might find this content valuable. If you are in need of one-on-one financial coaching or counseling, please check out my website, maxmitchellmoney.com. And that's it. I will see you guys next week.